Mic check. Good to go. Good morning, everybody. Mic check. Yeah, we're good. All right. I'm going to go ahead and get started here in 2 seconds. Don't really see anything, man. I mean, nothing about this chart looks incredible to me. It's just obviously moving towards its highs. So, I mean, a lot of the times what I'll do in here is, measure the 50% mark, but you've already stopped there. So I guess just aim for the top around 45.15. Okay. Yeah, we'll take a look at those in just a second. I'm going to go ahead and go over the be on TikTok, tap your screen. All right, let's go ahead and go over these ETFs here. And my bad about missing you guys yesterday. Hopefully we got a really solid candle close on the Qs for that bounce on a lower time frame, closing up against a floor, or actually on top of a floor. And so this one did gap up into the remainder of that empty space that we actually ended up shorting, right? And so this morning we're looking at a potential gap fill or a 626.71 tap. If this is obviously something where we break through that 50% mark, we're going to start looking at the potential of trying again, I guess, right? At this point now, you held what you needed to hold and you reversed where you needed to reverse. You did leave a gap behind. So if this at any point is exhausted or buyers don't pick up the speed, that would be par for the course. But get that, yeah. All right. Oh, real quick before we get started, I did want to mention, we do have monthly memberships. They are basically just for you to see the Discord, right? Be a part of the Discord, listen in, and because if it's coming from the outside, right, or you haven't taken the workshop, you are the only thing that you're limited to is you cannot open your mic because if you don't know my system or you haven't traded my system, but if you want to listen in, be a part of the Discord, that's there. But in order to keep the sanctity of the Discord clean and consistent, I can't have people who don't know my system just unmuting themselves talking about whatever. So just throwing that out there. All right. Anyway, so QQQ. This morning, obviously, we're looking a little bit deeper on the 30-minute, kind of a little bit greater detail here. And so the cost basis gap fill is at 626.71. We'll see what happens when we get there. But I do want to remember or remind everybody we're looking at a 24-hour candle open in range. So it's going to take a great deal of pressure or immediate burst to start pushing sellers up out of the way where we're basically up against this massively heavy wall. But I will let you know that if we do not break range very quickly, start moving, that the trading conditions could get treacherous due to, right? There'll just be lower time frame in, and not, a lot of you don't do that. So, keep that in mind. But anything below 624.40 is something that you could look at potentially taking down. And then, of course, with the punchback and high of 628.50, that is also somewhere in this scenario because of how strong that 24-hour wall is. You got to pay attention to that. So, all right, SPY's in a different boat here. Similar but different. It is maintained, right? It's one thing we were looking at the start of this week is whether we're going to stay in range. And man, I tell you what, as far as the wave is concerned, on SPY, didn't touch it, right? Didn't even look at it. I think somebody asked me yesterday why I shorted the Qs over SPY. And Qs had lost something, SPY had not. And SPY has stayed in range now. So if we're looking to our left or down, excuse me, and this isn't your traditional box, right? It has kind of murky waves, and it is on the lower time frame that things start clearing up a little bit better, and you have this box here. So right now we're up against that floor. If you want to stay up, you must hold this floor, which is 692.50. This is a level that I would be looking at a potential short down into the gap. Potentially, again, good stop losses in tune with structure. But then at the flip side, obviously, with us being bullish and building, it would be over 695.85. We could look for a punchback. So leaving a gap behind doesn't mean you always have to go and fill it. As long as you make it above what you are being held back from, you can continue your journey forward. So, what? What the fuck? That was weird. Actually, I clicked on somebody else's live stream. Okay, here we go. All right, last one is IWM, and this one gapped up last night and really didn't gap up much anything incredible, but is up against the wall. Now, as far as higher time frame setups, there is not one, so this is going to be day trading probably only. You have a gap fill and retest level at 622.68, but from there, folks, it is purely speculative on what happens at this point, right? We do have a box of some sort that we were able to build here and punch through. So obviously falling underneath this could be a bearish thing. Actually, let me bring that floor down. Yeah, that's actually right. So actually 261.50, sorry, would be an area that we could start contemplating the downside, but as of right now, you could be looking at a potential pullback, pop back up. The only thing that kind of triggers me here is the fact that you're opening up against the wick, which does, essentially make it for a potential gap fill trade. You could take that trade underneath that 263.26. But also just ask yourself, is anything that you are seeing right now make perfect sense to you? Is it popping off your screen? Does it feel like the right trade? If it doesn't, don't do anything. Let this day pass without losing your ass. Okay, very good. Wait, what? Whoa, whoa, whoa. What is it? What is this? Also, why did my Spotify stop transmitting audio? Anyways. No, I don't think anybody is. Um, what's up? Good morning, man. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Let's see here. All right. Yeah. If you have anything you want me to take a look at here this morning, go ahead and drop your request. I got a busy day today, so I'm going to be managing some of my positions that I still have this morning. If you guys have eyes, CoreWeave is breaking out for the fucking love of God. Yesterday, wasn't quite sure. We saw that big whip up. We saw that big whip down. It did not lose its motherfucking floor. So as much as butts got clinched there, nothing was lost. And of course, CoreWeave is breaking out here this morning, sitting at $94. We're looking for a touch of 95.12 here today. No promises beyond that, but of course the journey still resumes if we can hold that. Uh, so good stuff on that. Yeah, go ahead and drop your request, and we'll make our way through those charts. All right, TSM down, more of a day trade, expected to pump at open and crash down post 10 a.m. It may crash pre-market, fill the gap that is left. What is this ripping off of? Oh, thanks for the follow, playing my prime. Appreciate you, man. Let's see. So you are correct. Earnings. This was earnings. Ah, shit. Yeah. Okay, so like you said, like you mentioned, this is all going to be lower time frame, and not to mention it's going to be very lower time frame, right? You're going to be where you can find structure, and I found it. So already we can create a blueprint here for what's up above and what's down below. I think most of your answers lie below that. So now look at the empty space up above you. You could wake up, right? Fill that empty pocket there. And at that point, you would be looking for a loss at that same floor. There is a little bit of empty space up there as well. So, you are shorting something that just gapped up basically from, 328 all the way to 350. So just be careful. And then I will say, usually 50% of the whole run is where you're find. That is the imbalance. So that's where you'll find your bounce. So we got to go up. That was weird. That light in the background is blinding. It is hot as hell out there. Holy shit. Open room. All right. Sorry about that. Uh, I already went over that one, right? I did go over this one. I mean, it broke out last night or yesterday and going into today. I think earlier yeah, I said, look at that target right here. You're up against the candle close there. So, I mean, the next target would be up into this area. But I mean, as far as a long-term equity purchase, it's not really my thing. I think, I would have wanted to get it somewhere in here. But yeah, ultimately 25.50 would be the target there. So, do I trade futures? I do personally do not, but with my system, plenty of people do. Trading futures is for me everything I fucked up on, like the emotions, the high, like the up, the like that kind of stuff right there. Fucks with the system that I have now. It's fun. And that's not necessarily the point. It's like so much fun that I remember the last time I was like laughing hysterically, like the whole time I was fucking trading because I'm like, this is ridiculous. Um, but that's not the headspace that I can operate within my system on. So I just kind of found that mentally disrupting. Plus with futures, I'd rather be able to swing still, which I know there's added risk on there, but I do trade options, yes. Futures is I mean it's just day trading, all day or 24/7 and uh me personally, with the leverage that options gives me, I prefer options. I've explored a lot of different things. The only other thing that I think I would I've contemplated trading is leveraged crypto, but I keep that to myself. Uh, yeah. All right. Let's see here. Irin. Yeah, you guys were talking about this one yesterday. Had a good breakout. This morning it looks good. It's opening up in range. It needs to get over the previous high of 54.36. Still has a target overhead of 57. It's great build. Great build. You're building really, really well. You've got a good floor. Yeah. So right there on the hourly, you got a good floor underneath you at 5150. That's good setup. I mean, if I was long on this, I would feel good about it. The only thing that's, a little sketchy is you have a gap there. So if this was to go and tap the high, and I need to talk about this too as well, because yesterday, unfortunately, I wasn't able to be here, but I wanted to warn people. Um, I saw I saw you guys talking about this one because remember, if you guys remember correctly, I had this 16 14 50 area as an area to bounce off of. And one of the areas I wanted to take off of my puts for the Qs, which I have for next week or had for next week. Um, and this moved down, and this was past the three waves, past the, all of that. It had empty space up above. I'm going to make just a clear, definitive statement with this, so not to confuse anybody. If you don't have a box, if you just have a resistance, just a rejection, right? There is no catalyst or volume sitting there to help you keep going up. So you better already have it. Or you're going to come back down and you're going to get it. So I say that in reference to the chart that we're looking at now. There's no guarantee, at least on this hourly, that you break that. So it would be obviously moving down into a lower time frame to see if you do have some semblance of a structure, and you do. Which you're touching cost basis here this morning at this present moment. And if Irene pulled back underneath 53.30, you will be filling that gap. So there's your trade blueprint here for this morning. ARM 24-hour time frame first. Oof. Okay, so gapping up without recovering a floor obviously puts you in a scenario where you could end up building or creating something. That floor for me is going to be right there at 109.11. 2 hour backs me up on this as well. So for now, or for, looking at it at the moment, that is, or would be my first instinct. Now, one of the areas that you're sitting up against this morning here is that top of structure, right? Or range that you have here. So what you can do is go to these, yep, there it is right there. So ARM here this morning, I would be assuming if you do not have the juice to get out of 108, you will pull back. When you pull back, you'll be looking at a 106.50 bounce. If and when it bounces, you'll look above you and see how you fell. Did you fall fast? That'll give you the opportunity to stay. If you do not, or maybe you fall fast, bounce, retest, and then keep falling, you have a gap fill. You have an imbalance in that gap fill at 105.85. So tricky situation here this morning that requires the juice for sure. Doesn't sound complicated at all. That's the point, Wido. I'm probably saying your name. That sounds like a. Never mind. That's what I call my buddies. But straight up, if you my goal is to not overcomplicate any of this, and everything that I look at is in recognition that, even if you were using a bull flag, bear flags, all those other dumbass patterns, you would still have the fact that that is a fractal, right? If a bear flag exists on the 5 minute and on the 24-hour or the daily, both can be true, right? So what is above is below. Well, it's the same is true with my system, right? And if I can, hold on one second. If I can take that concept and say, well, I can find an hourly trade based on this, then I can find and say that if I can find that same setup on a 24-hour time frame, it makes my life easier because a higher time frame reaps a higher reward. So in order to keep things simple for myself, and also an acknowledgement that 80 to 90% of market movement is overnight, I focus on taking swing trades based off of 24-hour time frames and candle closes outside of structures, or outside of boxes or through boxes, But I do keep it simple. So the more in depth that you want to trade this system, the more day trading and scalping that you find yourself doing, the harder my system becomes. And that's going to be true for not the system. The more that's required for you to know so that you have the right information to read and react. Whereas if you're only trading weekly and 24-hour time frame setups with 2 or 3 weeks of expiration, your life's a lot easier, less stressful. Period. Day trading is exhausting. Uh, I like this setup a lot. On PLTR, I think it has a great setup, like really good. But I don't like the gap right now. So in order for me now, you just have empty space technically above you with just a wick. So and the reason I'm saying I'd rather have the gap fill first is I'd rather retest here, grab the volume on the floor, and then boom, back up and all the way to 186, which it could be an amazing play. And you could also, depending on the expiration, you could be looking at 188.77, maybe even beyond that. What's the longest dated chart you typically look at for swings? Typically, I don't use fib retracements at all. Um, but I use fib extensions at all-time highs, but I don't hardly ever trade at all-time highs. I trade in range. So, um, trend line, that is not a trend line. That is a parallel channel. There's a big difference. Trend lines are hand drawn. Parallel channels use some sense of math, right? And I utilize these to try to find or identify trend and also confluences where I place my targets.
Lines.
Shut your mouth. Uh, what's the longest dated chart? I mean, I'll place the trade based off the monthly if it looks right. The weekly is probably one of the strongest. Like if I see a weekly setup, that typically is, or a weekly candle close, that's a huge thing for me. But 24, I hover around the 24-hour mostly. I think for longest dated charts though, yeah, it would be the weekly. Yeah, we do have a monthly membership, so you can hop in that way. But hold on 1 second. Hey, Mr. Potter, I've been recently diving into your system, trying to get better at it, but I recently took a trade on Meta shorting it. If you wouldn't mind looking at it, yeah, we'll add that one of the. Let's see, what else do we have? Just let me look at Kava really quickly. On the weekly, Kava still looks pretty good. The candle hasn't closed green or isn't closing green yet, but we are bundling up against that. We're trying to build in the right area, so good on that. This box right here, we're sitting on its old cost basis. So we're trying to sit there and prep for this breakout. This is what you want to see, even if it was to pull back a little bit further. But yes, Kava does have a target overhead of 73.63, which would be confirmation of a floor that I'm looking to reclaim to take this all the way up to 83.60. Now, if you're in equity with me, we got bigger dreams. So, all right, moving through these quickly. If I ever go through your chart and I didn't like, maybe I missed a detail, like you don't like just have to accept that. You can ask me for greater or like, hey, I see this here, or what about this? Just throwing that out there for those of you guys in the Discord. All right.
Hey
Meta.
Potter,
Yeah, what's up?
um, you talking about you being in equity for Kava? Are you looking at that on the weekly?
That is something that, yeah, is rooted in a higher time frame. It was started on the 24-hour, but if you look at the weekly presents a weekly punchback, or it's tough to call this one a box. It's got two off the top and none off the bottom, but it is. I still look at these areas as ranges and still respect the 50% mark, which is also marked out and closes 50 empty space. So ultimately, yeah, the dream here.
Ride it up to 110, maybe further.
Yeah, right up into the 112s, 110s. That would be an area to look for a good TP. There's a little bit more empty space up there. But as far as an equity purchase, I mean, so far so great. And then the next stopping space is going to be 85. No telling, how long we built there, but um, the better that we perform here, and if we are able to close this weekly candle on the floor, I'd feel really good about continuing our journey going into earnings season. They got earnings coming up too. Oof. Yeah, if they were not to go this week, I wonder if you chop right here going into earnings and that ends up being an earnings play. We'll see. All right. Speaking of weekly, I was thinking about Target. Oh yeah. So obviously this is one that I have. Listen, I gotta. I'm fucking Berkshire Hathaway right now with Target. This I've got a nice chunk of equity in here. We're looking for the 119 area. So far on the weekly, it looks great. Right? No complaints. We're above where we need to be, which makes my life easy because now I kick my fucking hands back and I let the chart do work. And so with that being said, the 24-hour is up against the first green candles to our left. There is a little bit of choppage right here, so we're looking at where that floor needs to hold. It's right around 108.18, and we're looking for a break over 111.50 to start making our journey up to 116.50 and 118.62. So looking for tell your girls to go to Target, man. JBHT. Oh, hold on, let me I didn't look at Meta real quick. So I recently took a trade on Meta shorting it, if you wouldn't mind looking at. So Jack Walton, are you still in said short for Meta? Okay, so let's see what happened over here. Hmm. Meta is a fucking wild beast, man. So if you're considering the remaining short, um, I personally am looking at a target of 106, 103.75. That's first and foremost. Now, looking to my left, which is typically what I will sister onto when I don't have any structure, looking to my left, I see this, which is a small box separating you from the remainder of your empty space. So it is obvious, or an area that we would expect to bounce. It has been resistance before. So does it go up? And this is where people get confused. They're like, well, I don't know how do I know whether it goes up or whether it's going to reverse? That's what we're going to find out right now. 30-minute time frame, right? We got candle closes holding 618.81. There's a small box or range right here, and that's keeping you down. There's a gap underneath you. This is good, right? This can allow for a rejection to happen up overhead, and that may be even here, but you would need to go and fill this gap and continue moving further down. If you do end up getting over 620, you have a move to 625.50. And the faster you do that, and then the quicker you reject, the higher the probability of you continuing your journey down. But with the empty space up above and where you're bouncing, I would say there are no guarantees. This is a bounce level. And until this is broken over here to your left. All right, I'm out of here. Hold on one second. Listen, I don't know why you cats decide to come into my office and just destroy everything. I will eat you. So there are just some vague threats to my cats. My cats will not stop destroying my office. I heard a crash last night, dude. You don't believe this shit. They fucking took the whole damn shelf, the whole damn bookshelf down. I couldn't believe it, dude. I wasn't even mad. I didn't even have the capacity for being angry. I was like,
It was
fuck you
fast as
guys.
fuck, boy.
I just looked at all of them. I was like, fuck all of you right now. Get out. And then I come back down after getting out of the shower, and the cats are lounged out over Peyton and the kids. I'm like, what the fuck? Spoiled. Lulu. Market is closed on Monday. It is long weekend, which could be good. Could be real good. You are? Okay. So that would be if I was short on Meta, that would be my plan. I mean, there's definitely a great opportunity to the upside. So, on both sides, being that you hit this major structure, Might need to see a little retest there up yonder. All right, we got 30 minutes. I love my cast to death. I mean, you know, if you're on TikTok, I mean, they have literally like a luxury suite. You can see how much they've torn it up. It's a full stand. You know what I mean? Like they're living. Shit, my cat has a gold chain, dude. It has rhinestones in it. Maybe that's why she's mad because I didn't get her real diamonds. Are those Pokemon cards in the background? Yeah, those are Pokemon cards in the background. Yeah, Manny got me into another bad habit. I spent, a couple $1,000s on it, and then, oops. And then my life was, uh-oh. My camera just froze. There we go. That was weird. Boy, you want to buy them? I'm offloading my Pokemon position, dude. Manny had me buying the top.
He said Manny had me buying the top.
He did. He was like, "Bro, let's do this
Back over
fucking."
the-
Yeah, dude. He was like, "Let's do this ripping party," and I'm like, you know what? I could use some nostalgia right now. Life's weird, you know. So I did the same thing with RuneScape. I bought like a RuneScape calendar, bought an account. I'm like, Manny, where are you at, dude? He's like, oh, I'm playing a different game now. Damn. All right. Yeah, I mean, I do love RuneScape. I just don't play it very often. So, all right, let's see here. Did I look at that one? GVHT? No, I didn't. 24-hour time frame. So it's just the highs, right? Oof. Yeah, man, that's literally it. Wow. I mean, dude, oh man, damn. Damn. I mean, I guess, yeah, you look at, dude, that right there tells me everything I need to know. This one's likely heading for all-time highs. I mean, the amount of candles that you've expended to get here, that's one thing. So maybe a little bit of sideways, to build, but that looks pretty crazy. CLSK to the upside. Let's take a look at E chart. So the first thing I'm going to say is that was a great play. That was a great play. Empty space filled, box touched, point A, point B, done. Beyond that, the empty space disintegrates. Empty space is filled. Every single bit of it, right? For the most part. So that automatically takes away from what I see as an opportunity. Now, if there is going to be an upside move, it's going to be done by securing the floor. That's not securing. It's going to be done by punching through the 50% mark. You're obviously not there yet. That's 1450. And then beyond that, the target that pops out to me is right here, and that is 1625. And there is empty space to get you there. But beyond that, like, you could definitely say there's empty space possibly in here. But yeah, that's about it. So. Okay, yeah, we got that one. Marble. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that is a lower time frame, 2 hour setup, 2 hour, 4 hour setup. Obviously a gap is fine, right? As long as you gap up above something that can allow for price to continue moving forward. So we gapped up onto this floor. Let's draw this the right way. Drawing like a bunch of fucking Neanderthals right now. All right. So little range, sweet. Little range, already moving through it. Empty space beyond 87.73. And the first green candle that I see with points of contact is 88. That also shares resistance. Isn't this shit beautiful sometimes? It's like freshly cut flowers over a bubbling brook. 83.87. Looks like that mark this morning. I don't see anything else. Okay. Now, the hourly reveals thyself. So the most straightforward point A to point B trade is obviously that's a short. Be right in there, right? So I mean, not a bad little setup. Definitely some room for runners beyond that, but yeah. Pins. Oh man, listen, listen. There's a gap. We're fucked. No shit. Sorry. There's a gap, and that's not good. Right now, we can keep moving, but this thing is starting to marinate in a way that is. I'm green on my contracts. They get rolled today, out into February. There's no way that this with the gap underneath us, that's definitely implying a potential move down. Now we'll see how this goes, right? I can't, maybe this gets the news today and we go, but I am looking at the chart and I always focus on that first. If you hit that cost basis or you hit that 50% mark and you can't hold, you're coming right back down. Now, based on how this price has moved, certainly possible to see this floor held, and that has to be held in order for us to stay where we are. So if you have a position that's getting weird, or you have a position that you shouldn't have gotten, and it's maybe you're up this morning back to a little bit of green, you need more time. We need more time, and we have the opportunity to do it without scraping our knees. So I think today's one of those days where you're going to need to reposition yourself. All right. Yeah, we did. ACHR. It bounced back for us. It bounced yesterday off the floor. It's a cheap play. I'm still watching right now, but yes, if it can, the fact that it came down, retested, and is back up against in seller spaces, yes, there is a play still up to 945. Is it better to roll pins or just exit and buy on a pullback? That is absolutely up to you. So what I'm planning on doing, Nemo, and you don't have to do this at all, is I'm gonna take take a longer expiration, and I'm gonna trade around it. Right? I have pretty clear. I feel good about doing this, because I'm looking at this and I'm saying, well, I can see the worst case scenario here. I can see the worst thing that could possibly happen to Pinterest. I can see that. The worst thing that could happen to Pinterest is this acts as the third rejection. We move down, we go to our cost basis. And at that point, if there is no bounce, we go to our floor. By that time, I've had many opportunities to get out of said trade and hedge around it. So I'm looking at, but that is, I guess, would be entirely up to you. So as long as it's still above $27, I'm still bullish. But if it's losing that, then I'm looking probably as I roll these contracts out, I'll start looking at 24.50 contracts. So, all right. TikTok, please head over to YouTube. We're going to go ahead and shut this stream down. My phone's about to die. So please hop over there if you guys would like. And I'll be right back. I go and grab some ice cubes. Yes, that's at your discretion. Yes. All right. Yep. TikTok, go there. I'll be there in just a second. Yeah, hold on one second. I gotta say this. I just hit in live on TikTok. It says in line, end live question mark. If you keep going live and get one more active fan, you could get at least $0.04 more. I got a screenshot that. That's fucking funny. Yeah, I'm okay. Oh, from Marietta, what up? All right. Give me 2 seconds, folks. Sorry about that. All right, is everybody ready for their trading day? Does everybody have a map? Blueprint? Where does it go up? Where does it go down? You know where you stop out, you know where you get in, you know where you take profit. All that should be answered. You should know, not guess. Ooh, let's go. By the way, did you guys see AMD? Anybody see that shit? Look at this targeting system right here, man. Let's just sell targets, dude. Look at this shit. 24-hour time frame right up into the top. Just trading ETFs right now. As long as there's a good setup on them, man. Hood. Yeah, we'll go over that one. Yesterday I had a pretty decent wick, but it's opening inside of its candle from yesterday, so really no changes except for we're looking for a break over the highs. Sorry, I had to grab that. Lower time frame, hourly setup. It looks like the candle is 119 or basically 120 is going to be that break point, but we still have plenty of time and opportunity to make sure that we get this one right. I wouldn't mind 120, 136 as a potential entry with the empty space up to the top. So just make sure you have your alerts set. Go to lower time frame and watch that one. Qs are up nasty. Did you guys, anybody swing the Qs overnight? Or any of the ETFs?
I swung IABM.
Nice. Yeah, that close yesterday was. Oh. Yes. Q 625. Nice, Karina. That was a good candle close yesterday. Good. Real good. All right, so I gotta manage CRWV this morning. I don't know if anybody's in that one still, but it's nearing that a smaller, lower time frame target. Celsius yesterday was building, tried to go, didn't go, went up to the top wick, so I'm watching that one today. Where was the entry punchback for AMD? Oh man, that happened when we took it. There was multiple different punchbacks on this one. We had one here, one there, empty space right here, and then with yesterday, I said yesterday, I was like, this one looks great to go up into the 229s for a gap up, and it did. So both of these. That's what we're missing right now. Does anybody have that monthly earnings chart?
TSM had earnings today?
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
What
But-
the heck?
Yeah, they gapped
That
up.
one just flew under the radar. Yeah.
Yeah, it did. Is that for this week or yeah, this is this week. Oh, JB Hunt has earnings after hours. There, that's what I was looking for. It's right about now that I can feel that I've drank too much espresso. Feel like my eyes turn into cones. Too focused. They zero in. Accelerated skeleton. Johnson & Johnson, Netflix. 3M, Ally, Halliburton, Charles Schwab, Intel, Alcoa. A lot of these stocks, some of these stocks have been ripping going into earnings, so I wonder. So it's the middle of, yeah, it's the 26th through the 30th. We got the big ones. All right. You said D nut. That's good. Yeah, that's good. It's another trip. I see 380 as a bounce level there. Looking to see if I can see any other setups here. Lulu looks a little heavy here today. I'm going to set an alert on its lows. Micron. Damn. Damn. Oh, are you guys going to hate me if I say the trade desk? What type of alert?
Can you take a look at USAR?
Yeah.
24 hour.
Yeah, it still needs that overhead break of 1875 and 1966 is the overhead target. And then you could be up and on your way for sure, especially with rare earths right now. Just an FYI, guys, based on how this week started, or really, the month has started, like I have been mentioning, my wave is coming to an end, so I'm now starting to look to build my watch list back up. There's still things that I'm managing and watching, so it's not sparse, but I don't feel as we have the exact same type of setups that we're moving. There's a few, right? And some of you guys have some individual setups that I'm not in, or you're not interested in taking at the moment. Hood's still obviously on the radar, but I am days like today, I'm not looking to push the issue, especially with opens and range on the ETFs. I'll be patient. All right, 2 minutes here. clear, easy to identify setups. That's what I'm looking for.
You can take a look at Dell, DELL.
There's empty space up there, so it does look good to potentially reverse just being at the floor. So you do have a candle open. I would actually look. I mean, you could look for a 120.36 retest today if you're unable to get out of the wicks at the bell. First overhead target would be at 124, and then I think at that point, you know, you could. It's not a box, but you could give it the 126.20 median, and at that point, you know, that's where the lower time frame shows like there's pockets of empty space here. So there's definitely some upside potential, but you got to get above there. You also have a gap down below. So if you're unable to break out, yeah, you're up at resistance right now. So if you lose your pre-market floor, you'll be looking down for another bounce. I don't think I'm going to take yeah, I don't like that one. Damn. Interactive Brokers going into earnings at the highs. That looks like it's going to go straight into all-time highs, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Looks like it's going to fucking double the move. It's just 77 or 78. All right, we're open. Damn. Damn. Damn, CRWB. I'm busy right now, Toothless. Oh, shit. Slow down. Third time up at the top on Celsius. All right, CRWB is hitting 600% here, so gonna go ahead and start trimming. Jeez, look at those fucking contracts. Don't have much to work with left, or yeah, much left to work with. Netflix looks, I mean, going into earnings, man, it looks a little weird. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's anybody in CRWV runners, you should be hitting some really high percentages right now. Fucking A, look at this thing.
Let's go.
I only have about 15 contracts left, so 800 and 950%. God damn. Holy shit.
Damn, perros.
Yeah, dude. This was the play. Over the top, 91.50. We just hit the imbalance just now as we speak. There you go. Filled. 101.45. This was the play. That one gets added to the educational center. Crazy that shit reversed. What the fuck? Somebody speculated on a short that could be interesting. But you're right up against cost basis to gap and go. Thank God. Young Garlic, what was the reason on getting out of CRWV? Was it, I mean, yesterday it had me a little sketched out, but I knew I still had the right expiration and we hadn't lost anything, so I decided to let it go. Sellers can step up and they could do what they want. You know, dropping back down, we never got a candle close outside of it, but it never lost anything. Yeah, 1 second. Hold on. Money man. I'm trying to get my money, man. Hold on 1 second. If you had weekly contracts, I can't say I blame you, dude. So for Netflix, obviously one of the variables here is their announcement. Now, when I look at the earnings setup, as far as major support, which is one of my favorite places to take it long, we're not very close to anything that would kind of spark my interest. Even this green candle right here, we're basically hovering over on the 24-hour, not much changes, and if anything, just looks a little bit weirder. You know, I think being hopeful, which is not something that necessarily always makes money, is you know, this could potentially, if engulfed. So the way price leads up into earnings does matter to me. So going into earnings, if this was engulfed or we were up somewhere around 92, I would feel way better about saying we could look for a punchback and a move into this empty space up above. And you know, Netflix has big earnings, but it just looks so heavy. And the way that it looks at this moment, I'm not sure I could give it a positive out price target without. I want it to touch something major, you know. Oh my God, sorry. I just hit 1,000% on CRWV, baby.
Good shit, Potter.
Let's go, bro.
I needed it. I wanted it.
Philo, good shit.
Yeah, Philo. Job, man. I cannot tell you how much the CRW run just did for my mental health. Are you trimming right now, golf man? I'm gonna steal your fucking golf clubs if you don't. I'm gonna steal them. I'm gonna bend them, but not in a way that you would notice. Only when you hit the golf club and it swing and like the ball goes left, you'd be so frustrated. Or I'll, you know what? Never mind. I'm gonna dent the front of the iron. Never get a straight shot. Better be trimming.
Always be trimming.
What's the highest percentage gain I've ever had? 40,000%. It's one of the, yeah, 40,000%.
Coffee's for trimmers only.
You said what?
Coffee's for trimmers.
Coffee is for trimmers?
Like coffee's for closers from Death of the Salesman.
Oh, I don't get movie references.
It's an old quote.
Ah,
Alec Baldwin was ripping on all the salesmen. He says coffee's for closers only when Jack Lemmon tried to get some coffee. Told him to sit down.
what was that show that they were in? 40-30 Rock? That was a good show. I used to watch that every once in a while. Wow, what a fucking trim. I just sold some contracts at 1,000%. Just needed. I don't care where it goes. Just need to hold. Is anybody shorting the Qs right now? Or that first wave or first breakdown has just occurred? You don't have another. You have a pre-market highs right there. I think, or not high. Is that highs? I think it was. But that 625 here, that's gonna have to break. He fell pretty quickly, so be wary of potential reversals. Or an Oracle, you have equity in that one. Good fall today. No, that sounds counterintuitive, but okay. So he did break out. He did fall back underneath. Yeah. So you're looking at looking for a floor. So right now, and I mean for a long hold, there's ample opportunity here, regardless of the Murray effect. Now that being said, you need to get above 196.50. Period. Otherwise, I think you run the risk now of losing 190, which is major self top, right? Right here, you had to tap, 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 break, retest. And then once you got outside of it, you exploded. You've already bounced off of it. When you bounced, you tapped this mark. 4-week holding there. Hold on a second. We got to keep it on Qs right now. I'm going to watch this. Yeah. Perfect bounce right there. Sheesh. So I think right now you're in an area of deliberation, right? Or you've got to pay attention to how this moves probably today. Because the way that you're moving down, typically when I see this, I'm looking at, okay, where my floor is at. Looks like you've already just tapped one. And so you're looking to build here and reverse off of that. And that could create the opportunity you're looking for. I just kind of learned on Lulu. Watch Lulu starting to break down here. I have a target to the downside of 199.11 based on this channel. 199.26. CoreWeave holding its highs so far. Listen, when it does this, when it does that push up, that's selling into strength. Right now, you should, I don't know what you guys have, but I've got 1000% contracts right now. This is when I start to sell a little bit, and then we'll look for the rest of that target to the upside. Damn, let's fucking go, dude. Oh, my toes are curling, brothers and sisters. I've got cramps in my toes. A-net is green again on my side. I held on to that. I had trimmed the risk off of it. Hood is moving back down to that floor here, folks. I bet downside. Oof. I mean, do you already take that? I hope. Okay. Here. Let's see. Whoop. Say sorry. 54.35 is first. That was the box you had to get through. You built underneath. Let's see the 5-minute here. Okay, so there's only one other candle close, which is right there, which yeah, let's see what it does now. Did TTD reject? Like I saw that this, yeah. Right up to the gap up to cost basis, not above it. Floor lost. Now I'll tell you what. that thing could find a floor in reverse, dude. This empty space. I know some of you guys have trauma. Well, that was bounce. Q's held their floor. CRWV can't hold it. Okay, bounce didn't amount to anything, so we search for more. Good job. So now you need a hook. So if you bounce, right, you need to retest that level. Watch. Here or here. You'll see it stop. Pause momentarily, or you'll see sellers try and pull it back in. See that? That's how you hook. That's how, think grappling hook, right? But in reverse. It'll be reverse gravity in this scenario. Isn't that shit cool, though? I love doing that. Yeah, rip ACHR on my other screen. Actually, could retest.
I think Matt's in this, but BA looks good.
Ugh, not good.
Got some empty space up to 258.
Yeah.
It's got to clear that first high though.
Why is your screen name ... How do I say that? Did you see that though? Did everybody just watch that? That was really a great example. You're going to retest these levels, but it's what's above and what's below that's going to confirm, right? Or give you, okay, now we just retested that same top and you see sellers step up. Now you're starting to near these levels in here. And I think they're going to fight for that 15-minute candle a little bit, but 54.20 here. ANET is back at 130 here. I should have known better with ACHR. Hot dog water ass stuff. Oh shit, did I put it? Oh, did I put it in the wrong chat? Oh shit, I did.
Yesterday I kind of talked, like I was saying something about ACHR, where like we've had so much overhead like selling pressure that if we don't manage to close, like if we didn't manage to get up today, then it was pretty likely to just fall out.
Yeah, I'm looking at the 4-hour here, and now I'm thinking, I mean, you're still perfectly okay as long as 868 is held. I mean, you want to fall fast like that before it break out, you know? So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. We'll keep watching it, but I was just going to say that big fall. Yo, peep game, y'all. iBit. Showing you the system at work. Do you see the bounce? Now when it bounces, where's it trying to get back up to? Those same levels. Look, that same level I just showed you on the 3-minute is now what you've just wicked off of. This is how you, like, as you're moving it, or you're in a day trade, scalp, whatever it is. As you break down or break up, this is how you do safety checks on what's, you know, or maybe you're moving into structure. You want to make sure that you're good to go. By the way, like I said on pins, you need to do some management here. It is falling like I said it would. It filled the gap already. It's moving down to the floor at 26.75 if it continues lower here. All right, so if you're looking for iBit back up, right? Where is it going to go, or where does it go up? Probably 54.53. Where it goes up, I think it would be there. And we'll see where it goes from there. I think it's, I mean, we might end up retesting the whole 50% mark there. That was fire. We did it. That was fire. Also, we need to give you a name, dude. Is this thing on? Why is his name a ... for me?
I think it's Jesse.
Is that Jesse?
I think so.
Oh, okay. Where is my package?
Yo, check out BA.
Yeah,
About to do a punchback. We're trying
Chad,
to.
Chad was mentioning that.
Papa Chad? Yeah. It's gonna rip.
249.38 is where it needs to break, but yeah, it's got to move up to 259. I believe Pinterest is something that you either need to get out of or you need to manage, you know, with longer expirations, way longer, or whatever you got to do. Again, at your discretion.
It's like half
Maybe
the Discord in pins.
probably. I still think it's going to be a great trade when the catalyst arrives, and so I'm trying to find a position in it that I can hang on to. But we'll see what happens at 26.75. That's my. I want to. If we're gonna fall, let's fall fast. Let's tap that, and then honestly, a reversal inside of its own box off of the floor could be the setup we need to get up and out of here. But anything underneath that, and we run the risk of some major reversals. So
You think 260s for BA next week is too far out, too soon? They're
I
35 cents right
mean,
now.
BA has earnings on the 27th.
Oh, so it's a little early.
I mean, that's risky,
think so.
man. It's that's you know,
Yeah.
period, end of story. Could it get it done? Yeah. I mean, it's fucking BA, but yeah, I'm 100% on that one.
100% on that one. I was thinking 260s for the 30th.
Yeah, those are $2.30. Looks like 220.
Cues are getting heavier. Everybody, just eyes on the
watch.
huh?
I'm gonna watch, make sure BA gets past this wick. Too early.
Speculating a little bit on these. What Q downside?
Down to 623.
Mm-hmm. I mean, lower than that, dude. 620, 620 will be in here. I mean, again, if I'm taking something speculative, I'm reaching out too. So like if you were to play 618s for a whole gap fill. Those are cheap. Make sure you got the buying power to do it. But I mean, it is still looking for a candle close here through this box that we created in pre-market to kind of confirm that, because we're still sitting up against cost basis. Anything could happen. But I'm going to speculate on these. That's what you wanted to see on ACHR. Keep your eyes peeled on that. CoreWeave is still in that fucking 3-minute box it's building. ACHR is rushing up into that $9 mark. That's a double bounce. So that's 2 holes on the bottom here. 2 off the top, 2 off the bottom. If it rejects and loses 625.30, I'll speculate on it, but yep. Over that, it's going to go here. Come on, CRWV, you're sitting right on top. ANET is going for 130.50. Watch this one to 132.30. I don't think anybody's in the ANET, so
I am.
you are? Okay. Damn, Michael, nice job on Intel, dude.
Hey, I'm the one that called that out.
Dang. Hey, INTC?
ANET.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, still got it. It needs to break here, though. There's a good place if you didn't trim last time. Come on. Moving like a fucking dinosaur. If PLTR can actually get moving, but its retest this morning sucked. Oh, there's no way this thing gets here today. Fuck. Nice rejection on the Qs, but still hasn't lost enough to go short. ACHR, dude. I got it up on the other screen here. Good candle right now. 15-minute looks good. Little retest to the top. Needs to hold 888. Okay, so we definitely break out over 620, 650 on the Qs to go touch the top. Maybe go for a break up into the highs. 628 would be the target, but it still has a minute left. Yeah, I do think PLTR is a good look. I do. Just wish it would have done the right thing first. The consolidation is definitely there. The channel looks ridiculous. Like that looks ridiculous. And then the fact that the empty space ends right here, what might end up being a confluence, like timing wise, it feels like, yeah, keep your eyes on it for sure. Good hold on 8. There it is right there. Nice. Nice. That is exactly what you want to see on something like it. I mean, this looks good right now, but that's a great retest on ACHR. CRWV's trying to turn green again. Hopefully give me another new high. 100 would be nice. Right now, everybody, Anybody? Here we go. More explosiveness or it's going to fail.
You look at stub for me, STUB.
Multitasking right now. Third floor tap. This might be it. Let's see. That looks good. StubHub looks good, yeah. Right now it does. 1460.
I'm not in it right now. I'm just thinking about getting in it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're, let's see, I don't know what the contracts look like, but the target would be 1650 and $17. I'd say I'm not familiar with. Oh wow, it's new. So yeah, I actually don't have any history on this one, so I'd probably say at least 2 weeks. Nice ACHR. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. I hope you guys just learned a little bit off of that. That was perfect. Fall fast. Don't lose anything. Tap a floor or a cost basis on the 3-minute. Pop back up. Show that you're gonna hold your pre-market floors. But now you're pushing up and out. God damn, the strategy makes me sick. You learn through experience. That's why when you take a lot of money into your first part of your journey or your focus is just purely on making money, it's like, man, you got to think about the effort and the experience that has to happen in between those two things, you know. And if you can acknowledge that, then you know you're learning. And it's not a big of an issue. You're not taking as much risk with you. It's good shit. It's also something that's hard to tell people when we make the percentages that we do. It's like, yeah, just chill out. Don't take anything yet. They're like, but you just hit a 500% trade, dude. I want that. It's a test and instant gratification.
Hey Potter, could you show me which floor you seen it bounce off of on AHCR?
Sure. Yeah.
Is that, like you said, that was a really good learning experience. Like watching that, because you talked about the dip and rip a lot, like how you want to see that pullback. And I
Yeah.
honestly, I got faded out on the 15-minute candle, but once we reclaimed that floor,
Right.
I got back in.
Good.
So
Look,
I'm in it with us right now, but I did get faded on the 15-minute candle. If you look
Okay.
on the 15-minute, drop below that.
so what I was looking for, right, in this whole setup right here, mind you, hold on 1 second. I see something. See how that plays out. That's 924. It's ripping hard, so it's got to keep going. Got to keep going. It looks good. It's above where it needs to be right now, so it needs to just push past this wick, and then we got that 943 area. Okay, so first off, right, when we go to the 30-minute hourly time frame, we're still, and this was the open today, underneath this. So traveling anywhere close to or around, oops, wrong floor. One of these floors, right? Basically where we broke out from. And that's exactly where we just tested. In the most recent price action, this went up, retested this floor, failed to grab it. And so now that's the price point we test. But I go to the 5-minute and I see a box, right? That box basically separates us from losing that point of 871. And we fell fast to it, bounced, and then climbed back out of it. So that was first thing when I looked. You were, I think it was you who said, it's pulling back. If it doesn't go, it's gonna. But then I see, okay, well, it's falling fast, but it hasn't lost what it hasn't lost anything that's keeping it up, whatever it had to do to get up. So like realistically, we could have traveled even farther down and maybe gone to 868 and still been okay, right? Possibly, as long as it wicked and then pulled itself out back up of cost basis. But it was this 5-minute box right here that I was looking at. Not to mention you had a beautiful little pre-market box to go and grab. You held the floor on that. That's what you exploded off of. Or pre-market high break.
Yeah, it definitely makes sense. Like watching it, seeing like the levels like being retested all at one time and like seeing the reaction, like that was
Mhm.
really nice for me. I was on the 1 minute, like watching the
Oof.
reaction of the candle, just
Yeah.
watching the strength of the level, and you can see where buyers don't want it and where sellers don't want it. You can just see it.
Yeah, you literally can't. That was what I was showing you guys on iBit just a little while ago. Is that, and it's still actually happening at literally right now. That what you so look at this. I walked away. The system still does what it's supposed to do. Floor, right? When you bounce and you climb out of the prison, the jail cell that sellers have put you in off of cost basis, which is where you stored your volume when you built the box in the first place. So you come down, we saw that candle move, and we can actually go to the 3-minute to see this, right? You see the candle try to bounce, fails, and I believe it was actually on the 1-minute. You're watching a punchback happen right now. Yeah, it was on the 1-minute that it kept tapping, right? So when it broke down, it went back up to tap that same sell level, letting you know the price doesn't have what it takes to keep to bounce here. So it needs to find more volume, so it drops down lower. Obviously, we see on the 5-minute, that's the box. When it bounces, that 5-minute candle closes outside of what held you down from the empty space that you created on the way here. So it's an imbalance, right? You have to go and fill that. So price moves back up since they can't hold, and it's like ping pong. And it's like probably not the greatest example, but you pop up, retest the floor, and this is where you're finding out whether you have enough buyers or not. So yeah, it's the more time we take to really pay attention, and the reason that people will be like, yo, you're so I don't ever want people to get discouraged by the fact that I'm able to identify this stuff so quickly. It's like this is something that you're going to be able to do as well, but it is repetition. It is paying attention. It was losing money and then realizing, hey, I don't know. And so until I do know, I'm going to pull that money out when I do get it, and I'm going to try to rinse and repeat. Same setup, same thing. And I mean, obviously the path isn't always as straight as we plan it to be, but that's the beautiful thing about this system is, you can, if you are abiding by some form of good risk, you're not going to just blow your account because one play doesn't work out. There's a lot of plays that I would take for earnings that I would put less than $150 in and still end up walking away. I can remember, I think it was a meta earnings play down. And I think I put maybe like $200 into it or something like that. Walked away with like $2,800. Crazy. Oh, this crazy
No,
song
I
is
think
playing right now. Go ahead.
The most beautiful thing about this strategy is that you could learn so much without even touching the market. Like
Yeah.
you don't have to put your hands on it, and you can like by watching people just watching the live stream, like you can just learn so much about how the market reacts to this
Mhm.
like and how your strategy works without even touching, not even using your own capital.
Right. Yeah. And that right there is something, when new people show up and they ask me, because I get the question a lot, how do I start? And I'm like, they want, when they say that, they want to start making money. You know what I mean? Or they want to learn. And the second question I get is, how long will it take for me to learn this? And usually right there, I'm like, ugh, You know what I mean? You're going to have a long journey because there's not going to be much that I can say that's going to stop you from trying to make your journey happen faster without having the experience. And it's the experience that and repetition that allows for you to or even just watching me or you guys, you know, like to walk through these things. So it's like when you first start, it's really sitting back and like, you know, regardless of what your emotions are, what is this system? You know what I mean? Like you're going to be confused. You're not going to know what some words mean, and that's okay. Um, actually saw this. It might not be totally related, but I saw this really good video yesterday. I think I actually saved it. I believe I did. And it's a lot of people get discouraged because of the effort, right? And so they focus more on the effort than the outcome. And so that it feels like it's way more daunting. And so it actually drives them to start trading sooner than they should. Because it's like, whoa, I got to do all this shit. You know, dude, you would have to do any shit. If you want to do anything, you want to start your own business, you want to do anything great, you're going to have to do something in order to achieve that. But, you know, basically what he was saying is like, you know, if you first start, you know, or you're scared to start something because and that leads to you coping or going and, you know, looking for some quick dopamine. But if it's the effort that scares you, you know, you're going to have anxiety. It's the outcome that you need to be focused on. But that makes the work in between lighter because you're focused on the outcome, and not necessarily the fact that you're going to have to watch, you're going to have to chart, you're going to have to watch those charts play out. You're going to have to start with small capital so that way that you can feel you need to do a status check on your own mental, right? Because you're going to find out. Some people don't even know, and they find out real quick whenever they start trading what they really got going on, you know, impulsivity, whatever it may be. Wait. My fault is not valuing money by not setting stop losses and letting contracts go worthless.
Hi, baby
Oh,
girl.
that was weird. Okay, disconnected,
Everything's
reconnected.
okay, I
I have
promise.
the biggest regret paying for this course before. I have the biggest regret paying for this course before finding this channel. Your live stream is worth more than whatever course they sold. I mean, I get it, man. There's some people in here who will tell you. I think a lot of people in here have paid for courses before they showed up here. Um, I know that some of those courses cost a lot of money. So, all right, ACHR, what do you need? What do you need to do? What did you hit? You hit the top. It was those wicks, wasn't it? Now you're falling fast, so that's not the bad. Okay, so 50% of the wick. Okay, so this is your pre-market highs. You did just fall underneath that, but we're focused on the most recent price action here. Right there should be where the majority of the volume is at. So if we start breaking through those levels, now I like that we're falling fast, but obviously too much can be too much. Floors, yeah, so it is going to be right there. I'm on the money with my level. So here, look at IBIT building the volume it needs to finish its journey. Do you see this? All on the lower time frames. I bet you we could go and look at that. Oh, disgusting. Courses, should I pay 20K to go to online trading academy? Damn, I just had to fucking pick my jaw up off the floor. Good God. I mean, I know ones that go for more than that, but I gotta check this shit out.
Hey Potter, not to like, I got the Potter box at $250. Remember when it was at that price?
Yeah, that was when I first did it.
Dude, that was crazy. Like I came back a year later, like a year and a half later, and I seen it was $850. I was like, God damn, that was like the best investment of my life. Like I don't
Well,
like I
what I
think
had figured out is that people would join, but then they didn't have any time in the Discord, so it was kind of like a loose end. Nobody was able to like actually ask me questions after that live class happened. And so but I also felt like I don't know if you could tell, but I could. Listening back to my videos, that was the first time I had ever done anything like that. So I was mad nervous and I felt mad underprepared. So when I did it the second time, I just spent the second and third time I spent as much time as was required to get through each section, which is why it went up in price. And I included 6 months in the Discord, which by itself is worth that. So I figured, is it? I thought it was fucking.
it's pretty close. Back in the day, I think I got a month. It was either a month or 3 months in the Discord, and
Mhm.
then, like you
Yeah,
said,
it's a
it
month.
was a little bit. You could kind of tell that it was a little bit less organized. But now, when I came back, and that
Oh
was like
yeah,
part of my motivation. Like I came back and it was all nicely organized. It's like, oh shit, like I'm ready for this shit now, you know. And
yeah,
that's.
yep, yeah, 100%, dude. I felt the last one that I did. I felt like I mean, the week after that, dude, I was cooked. Like, I felt like I was mentally fried. But I felt like I put everything into that workshop, and dude, that year alone, last year we had more people cross the threshold, more people make like I mean, we had people make like serious cash last year. I mean, just Ruben fucking bought his whole family or something like that, or paid his dad's mortgage off. Those are two different very different things, but yeah. What the fuck? But yeah, it was cool to see how that effort translated into, because that's why I felt like I shouldn't or couldn't place a high price tag on something that I didn't really feel that great about. Like I didn't feel bad about it. I knew it had everything in it, but I just felt like I presented it like a dork.
Nah, but it was like your first time really teaching, man. Like, how
Yeah.
much can you blame yourself? You know, those nerves, like, they really get to you. You could
Oh
tell,
man.
like, in the videos,
Oh yeah.
you
My
were like
voice is
talking a
shaking.
lot. Yeah,
My voice is shaking.
yeah, your voice was shaking, like you could tell.
Yeah.
But you've done a good job, man. I can't lie.
I appreciate that a lot, dude. It means a lot. Dang, bro, you're gonna get that StubHub break today, baby. That might be a more interesting play than I gave you credit for. Look at ACHR, guys. Is everybody watching this right now? So this is how we can, it's still above our average. Got a really big pullback. It's scary, but let's see how this plays out, right? Because now that we have the analysis that we placed is confirmed. Listen, even I feel a little nervous sometimes. Like, but I think one of the biggest growing points of my life was realizing I'm not what I feel. You know what I mean? Or what I feel doesn't make it real. And it's like, it's expected, right? Big candles selling fast, like that shit makes my heart race a little bit. But I lean on these things, on structure, on try. Like as soon as I start to see those big pullbacks, I rush to go make sure that my levels underneath me are perfect. You'll actually watch me do that if you guys pay attention. I'll go and like adjust things, or I just did that right here. What I did is I went and tried to go and find the floor that all of these boxes when we first broke out held. So I went and found that so that way I could make sure that, yeah, all right, my fucking levels are correct. iBit does not have the volume to get it done right there.
You know, and I also think something about this strategy is like you can learn so much more that's like that's outside of the workshop. Like there's stuff like I'm what a higher time frame candle kind of makes up, like how many boxes it makes up. Like you when you start to learn that kind of stuff, like all the light bulbs
Mhm.
start to click and it's amazing. It's just like holy shit, like a 1 minute candle or 5 minute candle is made up of a box, a punchback. That's why that thing exploded, you know? Like
Yeah.
it's just wild.
And the
It's no longer, oh wow, this stock has just exploded. It tells a story, like you've always said. It likes to tell a story. The stock tells its own story.
That's right. That is 100% correct. That's why I think I've become like a hermit in my own strategy where it's like I don't really want to hear about what else works because and it's not like a rejecting that there's other things that don't, but it's like, man, what else could I like when I if I'm doing this all without indicators, if I'm able to see why something like or even news, like that's one of my favorite things is we'll take a trade and like news will come out and it's like, damn, bro, I'm fucking I'm I don't need that. I think it was earnings that started that whole thing for me. Is I was like, yo, this looks like a good play regardless. Like empty space, it's been consolidated forever, and it ended up playing out. And I'm like, yo, earnings is locked in, dude. Like earnings, and then it happened on Meta. I took a short on Meta once, and I was like, yo, this thing looks like it. I literally said it to Manny. I was like, dude, this thing looks like it's about to have news. Like it's everything else is moving fluidly. Meta is just like in this insane immediately. I think within 5 minutes, news came out. Um, so it's cool. ANET 131 approaching. Should be a band channel for the yeah. Should we create a graveyard, a Simple Stacks graveyard where we can go and visit, put headstones in there with everybody who's been banned. No stop loss, Steve.
Diddy.
Did people who are about to get banned, they're gonna have to we'll make them make their own gravestone.
Who's getting banned? What am I doing?
Nothing yet.
We're banning Diddy.
Yeah, we
No, I can't do that.
What I
Sorry.
do?
That's one thing I can't do. I can't ban Diddy.
Thank you.
I got you, bro.
Maybe a little ban.
I can do a little timeout. Is that all right?
Oh
There you go.
hell.
He said, "Ah,
Tie
hell
him
no."
up. Lock him up.
He said lock him up.
Lock them up.
They're just fucking dogs driving me fucking crazy, dude.
I'm not doing any more animals, man.
Bro,
I
I'm potty
can't do it,
training,
bro.
dude. Oh my god, dude. Fuck me.
I feed the stray cats outside, and I'll just keep doing that. I'll just keep feeding strays and getting them fixed or something like that. But
Yeah. And she
Hey
fucking
Potter, sorry. Can you take a look at PMW? PanW?
yeah, for sure.
oh Chad's baby.
Chad's little baby. One thing I appreciate about this Discord, nobody makes fun of my music like Peyton does. Just kidding.
Yeah, we just make fun of everything else.
Yeah, everything else. Yo,
Yeah.
Ao walked in my office and saw that Archer photo with me with the
With the big booty?
big booty, dude, and
Oh,
he was
yeah.
on his like knees, bro, crying, laughing. He was like, "Why do they do that to you?" I was like, "Because I help them make money." I don't know, bro. A lot.
It's a lot of people's profile pictures in the Discord too.
Yeah.
Ivy's on the hunt.
Is she? Oh shit. Oh damn.
It looks like PanW. It's a bit of a tougher chart. Yo, that StubHub break, man, was pretty when you spoke about it. It's pretty good. All right, Archer.
I thought
hang on to
I
that
thought it was
floor.
going to pull back. That's what I was thinking, but it didn't. I was waiting for a pullback.
Dude, you're on the 30-second potter. Holy shit.
Yeah, I am on the 32nd, man. I gotta get this. I gotta watch it. I see all this empty space up here. I'm looking for it to build its own setup, which it has. I don't get scared, man. I get busy. I get to chart. ACH, excuse me, I see a target overhead of 200. I mean, that's the most straightforward target. From here to there, there's not any structure in front of you, so I feel good about that. Yeah, there's actually empty space there as well. So that would be my first inclination, is to look for that floor as a target at 200. So
Thank you.
trying to recoup what I lost before joining. I will say this, man, my best advice is if you can just accept that for what it is and start your journey as if, you know, like you're not recouping. If you just focus on the outcome, like you're getting good at it's going to happen naturally. But it can be a deterrent sometimes, or yeah. Should I call them? Site takes too long. I quit. Damn, ANET. Yeah, 150% on ANET.
Hi Potter. What do you think about Elf right now?
Elf. Let's take a look. I feel, oh, damn. Right when you said that, I just saw a fucking candle explode. Elf loves me. I love it. I mean, obviously, I've got a ridiculous amount of equity in this one. It's actually one of my biggest purchases ever. But I'm looking towards the top of this resistance. I want to now the fact that it hasn't lost anything shows me strength. But with all of its empty space up above it, that's the target right now is 95. For continuation outside of this box, and on the lower time frames, if you go here to the hourly, you'll see what we're fighting against. Right, we're trying to go for this floor here, and so if that floor is recovered, it'll be right at that 9150 91 area that we'll see a little bit of tension. There we go. All right, so hopefully you're just watching that on ACHR. I left that up for a reason.
I love it.
Did you see that shit? I don't even have to
Dude,
sit.
I
Look
watched
at,
the whole thing.
Look at that.
Dude, I got goosebumps. Literally
Look
goosebumps
at
on
that
the back
shit,
of
my
neck
friend. Now watch it stop.
Dude.
Watch it stop right here. It already did. That's your imbalance. That's your 50% mark.
Bro, oh my gosh. You just can't make it up. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, dude.
You have to watch it yourself.
I love proving the point doing this because it's real. You know what I mean? The more you watch that, the better you get at identifying it, the more that day trading becomes a possibility.
You want it to bounce off that 50% mark.
I mean, you want it to respond and maybe even do what it just did or retest even where you broke out of. On a time frame like this, all of these things are really possible, you know. But yeah. We'll see what it does. But that was a by definition punchback with 3 touches of cost basis, right? Well, 2, I guess, if you will. And then it came down, retested again, built up, and then as soon as it got a candle close definitively above cost basis, what did it do? The order. Now, why? Because the volume is saved, is stored here. So if you bust that safe open, the money comes pouring out. Hello.
Why
You know,
not?
you can open my door if, like, you have to slip in here. Secret agent. Even though you're wearing your threat level midnight shirt. What's up? Clorox wipes? They're definitely not in here. My office is a wreck. Damn, Pearl. Get out of here, Anakin. Oh, God. He was just swatting at my shoes like there's some sort of animal. Ah. Oh, go. No, ma'am. Dude, every animal. Peyton opened my door, and almost every animal just. I'm like Ace Ventura. Every single animal just busted in my office. God, it's so tough being loved. Still no candle closed above the imbalance, so we're still fighting and building. So what we could end up doing is building, yeah, fall fast. Get down there fast. No? Okay. No. Okay, CRWV, get it. All right, I got my. All right, we're getting ready to fucking skedaddle out of this one a little bit more. I want the break right now. Come on. 1, 2, 3. If you reject, then it's going to be down. That's worst case scenario. So far, we're doing it. Oh, dude, Qs are chopped up though, dude. Look at this thing. Oh my God, trading in that range right now, fry.
And if you are trading in that range, ask yourself why. Why did you get in?
What's wrong with you? Who hurt you?
Exactly. Exactly. Why do you hate yourself?
Is self-love needed more?
Self-loathing?
Self-love.
Or maybe more torture is needed until they learn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, I can't. Like, it almost brings me to tears to think like where I've come from, bro. Like, I was like the worst of the worst, touching every hot iron possible. I don't know.
Now you got well calloused hands. That was just
True
an
that.
easy metaphor. All right,
True that.
analogy. Good job on that. I know that was a paper trade, dude, but I know you're practicing, so good job on that. First week. Not you, this. Dude, Apple has a create memories. Memories captured with Peyton out and about in Savannah with an epic song. AI? Ugh. Ew. Can I peep you? Yo, peep the rejection off of the imbalance on list StubHub. It's good stuff. I would wait. I would wait. Listen, if anything, Q's does have the tension. They have the tension they need to make a move for sure. So be setting alerts, and if you're looking at the Q's.
Hey Potter, by any chance, did you have Riley?
No, I didn't. What is it? That one?
Yeah,
No, I did not. Did you?
yeah,
Oh,
dude,
God.
it
Holy
went stupid.
It did, man. Look at you. Good
I
job.
almost got in that. I got close to it.
It was like $10 a contract. No,
What
I
are
bought
them?
like 10 contracts for $10. It went to like 50.
Jesus. I love to hear it. Nice job, man. I think what makes me happy is when you guys take your own trades. All right. ACHR fast pullback. Back to the volume that it created underneath it. Let's see if it can tap it. 898. Or it just wants to tap here. It's fine. I don't care. Either one. Tripping out, man. All right, CRWV, you're a hot steaming bowl of. No, I'm just kidding. It's 1,000%. So, what am I talking about? All right, let's. Fall fast, bounce fast. I see why you're bouncing right there. It's Kansas. Ivy, somebody on this TikTok is saying the workshop link has no price on the landing page. It gives an option to pay without a price disclosure.
It's free, bro.
Oh God, dude, I hate when people do that. I used to work in retail. People would be like, oh, I guess it's free. I'm like, oh my God.
Kidding.
Let's see here. What are you looking to do to Unity, say when? And why? Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. Okay, so ACHR will pop off of 899. It'll go pop. If it can bounce, obviously. Good bounce off of that mark that I just put right there. Yeah. So I'm on the 30 seconds. So I'm like proactively charting, looking at what we're building. Like, okay, now we got a box underneath here. That's what we built underneath that cost basis. So you see how kind of quick much it requires out of me. Fuck. That's not good. He left a gap. Do I see the cues to 635? Oh, well. Hold on a second. I got 18 minutes left in that can for 5 minutes. Almost 30 seconds. Keep that up right there. Dude, it is all going to be based off of 627. If that breaks, I cannot give you anything else other than 629. If that breaks, for show. There you go, ACHR. So you are learning right now, folks, how markets move. It's a nail-biting good time.
This is like prime Potterbox learning. I
Yeah,
feel. Like
dude.
this is like prime right here. And you know what's crazy is you tell people not to day trade, but honestly, watching these lower time frame stuff, it's like a hammer hitting an anvil constantly. You get to see it every single time.
I
But you
don't want
can't.
people to get involved in the emotional aspect that day trading will naturally pull you into, because you see how fast everything is happening. Not everybody can react, and actually most people struggle with reacting and just, oh nope, we're out. You know what I mean? So it's like, but to your point, watching and building an understanding of how price interacts with one another, that's essential and does lead eventually to, it's not when I think as an educator, I'm always looking at it from, I'm teaching people who don't know or who are brand new. And so when I do that, I keep that, like, day trading is for the later, when you've advanced, when you have capital, because I built my capital. I built something that I was able to trade and speculate on by swing trading. And so it's my belief, and that swing trade, but I know everybody's different. So I acknowledge that as well. But, it's my belief that day trading is going to pull more emotions out of you, which is going to make it tougher for you to make decisions and to just look at the market as is. And in the beginning, just like when you're a kid, your environment matters. And it determines how you grow. If you grow with a lot of trauma or a lot of, shit happening all around you and everything's happening fast, you're going to become callous to it, but you're taking the hard way. You know what I mean? And it could have lasting effects on how you trade. So I prefer to tell people, try to look at the lower or the higher time frames, because if those are true, and it's just you're watching it, everything that I'm showing you right now is just happening slower. And it's ultimately those setups I want to trade, but it's watching what we're watching right now that ultimately can help you understand and build what you need to build in order to to day trade. But yeah, I mean, this is good learning, top tier learning right now. Kindly send me a DM on Discord. Disregard the last. It's on the bottom. Oh, it's all the way down at the bottom of the page. Ah, got you. Yeah, yearly comes with the workshop. The 6 month is obviously comes with 6 months and the workshop, and then there's just the workshop by itself. All right, let's see what this looks like on the 5, because I have a feeling that was a wick. Yeah. 3 minute. Yeah, that was a nasty little wick right there. I want to drink another espresso tonic, but I'm gonna be fucking too amped. There's no reason.
Hey Potter, on Archer, is this the place where you would like add to your position?
You could do that through this punchback, trying to make sure so that what that would allow you to do is basically, set stop losses or have empty space, so that way you're green while you're trying to make or determine whether or not this is going to punch back. So I mean, this could be, yes, a place to average down, and you can use even though this is on the 30-second 3 minute, it doesn't change the fact that over $9 we have a chance to go and fill this hourly candle back up, which is getting closer to closing. So we have the setup to close good. Overhead pressure right now is obviously stepping up. It is Archer, so I mean, we're not going to cry about it. We're just going to get out. But yeah, if we can get this punch back up, we should be good to go. We're building.
Well, I'm right at my entry point, so.
Right. Building another box now. Still come reeling through the door. Knock out to you. Listen. I want it.
Hey, hey, Potter.
Yeah, what's up, brother?
I was gonna ask, when you got a chance, can you look at Visa to 340?
For sure. Up to 340. 340's right there. Okay, I see what you're doing here. Get rid of it all. Start over again. No. Ah, now I see you. There you go. You had a little dip. That wasn't even in the box. It looks good to 334 first. And then 337. Let's look at the hourly. Okay, that's pretty goosey. Yeah, this looks like a decent place to look for that. Obviously, you got a couple of things in front of you needed to break, but looks good. All right, ACHR, lots of pressure on the top end of this.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, brother. I like the daily setups. I got a 400% play on eBay on 112 at closed and sold today. Amazing. So I mean, yeah, there's really nothing to add to that. If you like that style of trading, that's what you need to be doing. Listen, I've got 618s and 620s.
Money.
Oh, but losing
Gonna
622 is
break.
gonna
Archer's
be.
gonna break right here.
You heard it first.
Please.
Oh, now I'm suing you. No, just kidding. It's fighting. Maybe if I take a trip to the garage. No, just kidding. I like it. With ACHR, you can go right outside of the money with the cost of contracts. Yeah.
Look at that 10-minute engulfing on the cues. That's juicy.
I'm gonna have to walk away from this shit.
Don't do it. It's a trap.
No. It is retesting the floor right now. So you got to lose the
Mhm.
floor. No grappling hooks. You need to. See, that's what I'm saying. I need to walk away.
Is he gonna do it?
No, I'm gonna say right now. I'm gonna go on a vacation for 5 minutes. Vacation. You guys know what time it is. I'm just kidding. I don't have a lot of conspiracies, but that one starting to build some. There's starting to be some evidence here, you know. To take the mind, just Damn, that was one hell of a gulp of water, my brother. Sound like you gulped me. Wait, hold on, pause. All right, I'm out of here.
What?
Hold on, no,
All
no, I didn't
right.
mean it like that.
What are we
I didn't mean it like
talking
that. I didn't mean it like that. I just
All right,
like
bro,
it sounded like
wrap
you
it up.
swallowed the chat. All right, never mind. This is
Hey,
worse.
Ivy, clip that, please.
All
Thank
right,
you.
I'm out.
I'm at work.
You guys have a great day.
First the baby comment, now this. Brother, please. We need HR.
What do you think? What do you think our babies would look like, Neil?
Hey Potter, I had a question on MongoDB. Would the target be 368 on the downside right now?
I think he took a 5-minute hiatus.
I think he stepped away, but hold on, I
Okay.
got you, man.
Okay.
What's the ticker?
MongoDB, MDB.
MD. I have a first target of 378 to the downside on the 4-hour.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna look right now. Thank you.
If you look left, you
Mhm.
can see the first green wick candle
Oh, okay, bet.
right over there. Yeah.
All right, thank you, man.
You see what I'm talking about? On MDB, do you see what I see?
I'm looking right now. I see 375.
375. Okay, let me see here for you. On the 4-hour or what time
Yeah,
frame?
yeah, on the 4-hour.
Okay, let's see. 375.
Are you going off the top of the green candle or the wick?
The wick. I'm going off the wick.
Yeah, I see the wick at 3. You guys are talking about 2 different places, so I think he's talking about the top of that green candle, and then you're talking about that wick.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I didn't mean the wick. My bad.
Watch me whip. Watch me, Nene.
You can ask Potter again though, but yeah, I think
Oh,
What was
okay,
that?
yeah, for sure.
Wait, how'd you hear that, dude? Sound like you fucking broke up about 9 times in that. There you go, Acer. Acer? ACHR? We have this great company working out of their garage. Excuse me. I hate when USPS is like, yeah, we're going to deliver your package at 9 o'clock or tonight. And I'm like, looking at where it's at, and it's in fucking Jacksonville. Joking. Crazy. That was at 6 in the morning. Unless they fly the packages out. Moving through the network. Arrived at USPS at 6:40 in the morning. Yeah, she's not going to be here till tomorrow.
Could definitely only be me, but I don't know. It bothers me the most when you order something and like it gets like delayed, and then they just put arriving on time still. It like pisses me off because it's like,
Yeah.
no, bitch, it didn't arrive on time.
He said
It's
no,
delayed.
bitch. Now that was class, baby. Now you had to build inside of the box where you finished your punchback, but that was pretty cool, huh? You remember my name. Oh, wow, 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 wow. Oh my god, dude. Wow, wow, wow. Johnny Greenwood, dude. One of the best fucking guitarists of all time. I don't care what anybody says. Look at go fucking nuts. Ugh. Ugh. Come on, CRWV. I'm being a good capitalist today, please. Mi familia. Can I look at Timus? If I must. I'm sorry. It's nasty. Why you got a potty mouth, dude? Come on, guys. Come on. Abbreviate your really bad words for me, please. But you're right. Hot. Damn. All right. Archer has built and gone. All right. Now, that was cool, wasn't it, man? I wish... Actually, we did record this whole thing. No shit. That's right. We're on YouTube.
I'm like, that is just amazing. If anybody wants to know what the Potter box is and is confused, you gotta watch that clip. You gotta just watch that and you'll understand.
What was that wick on the cues? I don't fucking know, dude. That was insane. What the hell? I didn't even see that. I just looked to the left. What the fuck? News? If they filled that candle up, dude, it's gone. Did they? No way. That can't be real, dude. That can't be real. That's got to be fake. Is that on your charts too?
Yeah, it's on mine.
No shit. That they just ran all of that volume up, tapped that 630 target that I've been talking about for days. And they must have had the largest short on earth sitting there. Because that was fucking insane. What was there? No news? I'm actually thinking about subscribing to fucking not Bloomberg. What is that? Benzinga. I might subscribe so I can listen to the news again as it comes in. 1,100% on CRWV as we reach into the new highs. Tried to stop me out. Now, boom. Look at that on fucking Archer. Just to finish up the whole thing. I'm gonna, let's see, create highlight video. How do I do? Okay, hold on. Oh, that was way back. What time was that? How long ago was that? 10:16?
You should like clip it where you said something about the candle getting filled back up. That 1 hour green candle.
Uh-huh.
That's just my jaw's on the floor, man. I don't know.
I'm just, I mean, that I love being able to teach like that. You know what I mean? Because it's giving you confidence in the mechanical nature. And that's what I'm trying to really show people is like it's not me who has the answers. It's the chart. I can see them. And so if they're there, if I can see them, and that came from repetition, and that came from, you know, I mean, obviously I take requests and stuff, so that helps a lot. But you start to like see these things, you know, and it builds confidence, man. It makes me like when I get the question, be like, how do you hold to these targets, man? It's like, whew, just like I just showed you. You know what I mean? Like there's moments where it gets scary. There's moments where I feel all sorts of different things, but I lean on the chart because it has the answers. And I feel so strongly in that I reject all other premises. You know what I mean? Like sometimes a little bit too adamantly, but all right. So I will
When
warn
it's-
you real quick, guys, if we don't get this punch back, we have empty space underneath us. So our hope here, you better calm down there, buddy. Our hope here is that if it doesn't, right, that it comes back and it does it fast. If it does it fast, the probability of us bouncing and continuing with that punch back increases tenfold. Ooh, let me show the internet. By the way, this is another gift from young Chad. If you're on YouTube, you can see these are, I know you've already seen them before. Listen, if you think these shoes are not cool, you're banned. Just letting you know right now. So if you don't like them, I would just say that you do. Ivy, get ready to ban people. Alex, if you'll send them invites back to the chat after she bans them, so we can ban them again. Six shoes. That's right.
Wow, those shoes are amazing. So nice.
All right, can we just ban him for his tone?
Oh no.
Oh my god, look at you hear that? You know what just happened while you just laughed at me?
What
My
happened?
contracts just went up to 1,300% on CRWV. That's what you get. That's what
13?
I get.
Why not 1,500?
All right, buddy. Okay, Archer. No shit.
Yeah, what was that wick on the cues? What
I
the
don't
hell?
fucking know, dude. I have no idea.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. I haven't seen something like that in ages. Ages.
Market manipulation.
All
That
right,
was like
we're
a
good.
630 wick perfectly. Holy shit.
Yeah, off of 630. It's like that's where the short was. You know what I mean? Like that, they had its orders sitting up there ready to sell. That, I mean, the fact that you wicked down all the way to where you started is crazy. You can be right. All right, we are really close to our $100 target on Seed RWV. I'm just leaving a little bit on the table. I don't have much to really work with anyway, so you can get those cells ready. I gotta find this. It's 10:14.
Target you just broke 110.
Did it?
Yeah, I've got 113 calls for the 6th.
Okay, I almost found it. Okay. All right, I found the. I'm ACHR. Does anybody ever feel weird as you spell the word analysis? Like halfway through the word, you're a freak. Anyway.
That's messed up. Now I have a whole new vision on that word.
I'm so sorry. I don't know why I think the things that I do sometimes, man. I'm trapped in my own mind.
Oh shit, I'm done for the day now. Screw it.
He's also, if you think about the word artisanal, it's just art is anal. All pieced together. Which is even funnier if you think about how artists act. Some of
Potter,
them.
you have way too much time on your hands.
Maybe. No, I think about every single word, dude. I will do that with all words. I think about like I'll say the word slow. Like just now, I just read belly button. Butt on? Well, who did that? You know what I mean? I'm sorry. But yeah, I like doing that with words. AO does that too. I don't know if it's a genetic thing or something. Well, he's also trying to become a rapper, so you know. In real life. So what is this hourly?
Your words seem to all be about butt this morning.
Say that more. Say that again.
Said your words, the ones they all seem to be about butts this morning.
Yeah, this isn't okay, is it? I'm gonna go ahead and shut the stream down. Call it a day. God, Tom York. This guy looks like he's gonna eat the microphone half the time. I love it. Every time AO sees this album, he goes, "What does this mean?" I'm like, dude, I have no idea. It's a crash test dummy. What's wrong? What are my mods doing right now? What was it? Yo, I need mods for my mods now. I didn't see it, no. I'm looking at the charts right now because I'm trying to make a bag on CRWV and ACHR and oh, I saw the hole in the apple. It was okay. I see some channel potential here on ACHR. That's not a real thing, Dynasty. It has to make sense if you're going to put it in live trading. I know, guys. I'm sorry. Can I look at DraftKings? I don't know, dude. That's like going in a haunted house. Oh, God. It's doing more nonsense, dude. It's just expanded its range. Literally. It's expanded the range because it never broke out. So
It's like riding a bull, man.
yeah, that one right there is like if you have this one, you need longer expirations for sure. Because at any moment this thing could fucking have the bottom fall out from it on 34. But I mean, as far as like candle closes are concerned and bounces and setups like that, it actually doesn't look too bad right now. You know, the for me, convincing me is closing outside or directly up against 3684. That would make me feel a whole lot better. So oof, look at Tesla right now, dude. Trading Tesla has it's got to be like those guys that do karate and let people kick them in the groin. Absolutely just a pain. Probably because there's no empty space. No empty space, no trade. Burge, are you investing in private prisons, brother? I know. Yo, the higher this goes up, the more of us ICE has put into detention center. I was kidding, but seriously. I think that was Michael Burry's whole pretense behind buying this one. Jesus Christ. Can I be a mod? My name is Bob. Not sure what I could definitely do that, but Bob the mod. CRWV is building well. ACHR is pulling in, but it's all right. We can accept it for now. Uh-oh. What that? I'm getting too lost in the sauce. I'm not gonna lie though, Geo Group does look like a fucking damn good trade up to $20. We could make a bunch of money on Geo. And put laxative in ice officers' coffees. He's the only one. There's multiple wands though. So it's not even wand now, it's dose. Wand plus one. Come on, CRWB, you got it. 100 is right here. Contracts expire tomorrow. Hey, Neil. I hope so. I'm on my last 10 of those Zens, dude. What? Well, some of them I had to double dose them, dude. They're like half powered strength, so. No, not Zen. I sent you like 12 packs. I think it was more than that. Yeah. And I'm using it as stress management. You know what I mean? My heart feels like it's gonna explode right now. Mostly the espresso though. Trying getting the ants addicted. I saw that shit. Bro was putting Zens inside the ant hill. Kind of fucked up, actually. Scientists do it though. Yeah. Oh, cool. So I have the Yeah, I got that video posted now on YouTube, man. Honestly, I could probably edit this. I need to edit this video. If Alex or Ivy, if you guys have free time, the one I just posted, I just want to cut the like anything that I wasn't where I wasn't. I can do it later, but anywhere where I wasn't talking about ACHR, you could just clip those parts out. Thank you, Alex. I appreciate you, man. Oh, that's you talking. I thought he was talking again. It was him on the YouTube video.
Oh, you talking about me?
Yeah, I thought you were talking again. I was like, didn't he say that? I was watching the YouTube video back. Look at you, dude. You're on YouTube.
Dude, I
You're-
love it.
You're a star.
I love being in front of that camera, baby.
Oh man, the camera loved you.
Now I do TikToks for I have like a little pigeon thing going on. I do some TikToks. I got
Wait,
some
hold
good
on.
views.
Hold on. Pause. You got pigeons?
I own pigeons. Yes, I race them.
Brother, I need you to help me tap in to pigeon life. How do I start?
Bro, do you want to race them? Like, what do you want? Do you just want to like, what do you want from a pigeon? Is my question.
If I race pigeons, I want to tie all the pigeons together and actually ride a mass of pigeons. Maybe even
That's
shaped
not
as a
gonna
large pigeon.
work.
I'm not racing
Oh,
pigeons. No, I just want to give them a good life, dude, since, humans abandoned them. TikTok has guilt tripped me into I always thought pigeons were cool because they were like, I mean, they're just one of the chillest birds.
You need
Period.
a falcon.
I don't,
You don't need a
he's-
pigeon.
He said a
I'm like, dude.
falcon. Yeah, but you
Yeah,
have to
I'm-
make them love you by locking them in a dark room and feeding them meat. You have to that's like Russian torture tactics or something. I don't know. That's what I haven't looked a ton into falconry, but I feel pigeons to me are like chickens, but with no eggs and like.
Do you know that in Dubai, falcons travel first class
Are you
by plane?
serious?
Yeah,
That's freaking crazy.
it is.
That's so
I'm
you're
you
saying,
don't know.
yeah. What if I like kind of dress my pigeon up as a baby falcon? Like, I'll buy a bunch of falcon feathers and just like sister them in.
You'll hide in the back of first class. You'll be chilling.
Yeah. Excuse me and my baby falcon here. That's bad funny. Yo,
100% doesn't sound like a pigeon.
yeah. It's like cooing. Oh, brother. Yo, you know what's mad weird is the spread on ANET contracts is not good. It's going up, and I was up like 160%, and now the spread just broke open, and now there's 445 at the ask and 290 at the bid. Luckily, I don't have a lot, but thank you, Bob the Mod.
Hey, but if you actually want a pigeon, like we breed some every year, I could get you a pigeon. You just need a little coop. You can either have them flying around outside, and it's pretty chill.
Well,
Like,
hold on.
dude, one
I gotta
day,
think about
one
this.
day I'll stick around. I bought fucking lifetime, so
Dude, okay, hold on. Can I put armor on my pigeons to protect them from falcons? Like a little. Imagine this: a 3D printed spine along their back with spikes on it.
Dude, I mean, technically you could, since you're not racing them. Like you could strap anything to them. You just need like some Velcro. But I bet you would work. Like we have plenty of hawks and falcons that we have to deal with, and like honestly, once the pigeon gets older, like it gets smart enough to, as long as they're not. Well, I guess I live in California, so we don't have the deadliest creatures here. Um, but our pigeons can get away now that they're like once they get older. It's only
Yeah.
when they're a baby that you really have to worry because they don't really know, they can't fly. But I bet you could, if you get someone to 3D print you something, you could strap that. You'd have an armored pigeon. That's pretty dope.
Wait, you said I could strap anything to him.
Oh,
Interesting.
don't get too crazy.
Could run some reconnaissance missions, dude. Put a little camera on them. It's the OG drone right there, baby.
We have little tracking chips for them. Like we have RFID chips that you put on their leg, and like it'll ping every like 10, like maybe every hour, and it'll show you the path of flight from the race. It's pretty cool.
Damn. Is this live? Oh no shit. Sub Espanol. Yeah, that happened too fast on the cues. Save the live performances for. Let's come on. Hey, yo. Dude, AI is insane. It's insane. Look at it. It even cut the pigeon's feathers off at the booty shorts. I don't like it, man.
It's tucked in. It's not cut.
No, dude, look at him. The left wing is cut. That's a clear cut right there, dude. I can see the screenshot it, dude. I do deep research, brother.
You just got to get that pigeon throwing up some money and throw it on a hat. I bet you get a whole bunch of sales.
Oh my god.
Just
Thick.
like your little
I'll
hat
start a
you
new
got going.
clothing brand, Thick Pigeons. Has a little ring to it, you know?
I like it. I'd buy a hat or a shirt. Both.
I think I ordered too many shirts. I still have like 3 boxes sitting in my office still. Have y'all got the bins? Baby's got the bins. Oh. I needed to keep that up. Wrong one. Damn it. I start taking a little peek through here. Bye. Be happy. One of my biggest regrets is not buying this stock when it hit its lows. It was going through its lawsuits and shit. Missed out on a bag on that one. It had so many golden opportunities. Just kept forgetting about it. No good. What the fuck? That could have a nice fall, but it would need to reject the top before I did that. Otherwise, just rip into new highs. The only play is down or up. I might write that down, but I don't really feel great about it. Right now, I have to see what it looks like closer to earnings. Oh, hell no. Not right now. Add that one. Watch this. Stars University. I just saw that coming. Does Q really trying to fill that gap the WIC created? I can't figure this one out. Can we talk about both scenarios, please? What needs to happen on the Qs? Here's the thing: that WIC doesn't invalidate anything. It's still 627, but it did pull the volume out of everything, like all the punchbacks that you just had, or whatever, distribute that new high and then yank back down. So now it's really struggling, man. But in order, yeah, to continue moving higher, and man, yeah, underneath the 625.94, could look down. So, look at CO.
Fast is trying to break out.
Wait, say it. I heard. What was that?
Fast. What was it? FAST.
Okay, and then someone said something else, but Capital One, that one has earnings coming soon. How does it move on earnings? Decent. Not good. Next day it did good. Did decent. It's got a big gap above it. Let's see here. Fast
has got earnings on the 20th.
That looks phenomenal. That looks great. The weekly looks great. Yeah, that looks really good.
On $45 calls for the February 20th.
That's a great strike price. Great strike price, great expiration. I like that a lot. A+. Nothing wrong with that setup at all. Hey, bro. Good luck. How does it do on earnings? Quite well. Fuck. And that, dude, you could leave runners to 47.25 based on this weekly. I like that a lot, actually.
I got my average 50 cents for for those calls.
Okay. Cough looks good. I mean, yeah, going into that gap fill though. All right, what time is it? Lunchtime. All right, y'all. See if ACHR tries to hold these highs, keep the lower time frame charts up until we see a good confident break. It's still holding. All right, YouTube. See you guys later. Thanks for watching. The spreads are dookie.